you have an example of things that you wouldn't have tried before?
We have never written songs on the piano. We've never used the piano as an instrument. I don't know why. I think it's something that perhaps we've struggled not to make sound cheesy, and I think that's partly down to the fact that you do actually need a good piano player, someone who's really good at playing not just keyboards but specifically the piano to stop it from sounding cheesy. So maybe actually collaborate with someone who can play the piano to write a few songs, or physically learn ourselves how to play the piano well. And that would be, I think, an interesting area to explore on our next record. But we'll have to see what happens. Maybe we'll be into Mongolian throat singing and we'll try a bit of that.
I've done that already. It's my solo project.
Charles, with an earlier interview we did, I guess 1.5 years ago, you told us that about the previous album that you felt guilty about some lyrics that they didn't have as much quality as you would hope them to be.
Yeah.
What about this new album? Are you satisfied with the lyrics for yourself now?
Yeah, 9 out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, which is good. It's a good score. Oh, one of them is good, but it's just it sounds more like something that would be on the first album. I think it was, but it's a really fun song, so it sort of doesn't matter. It's not a very serious song, that one, so it's kind of okay. But I think it would be a danger for myself to overthink the lyrics too much and to keep writing and keep revisiting them. I like to think of writing in the same way as I do with music, is that a lot of it comes from spontaneity and instant reaction to certain emotions or certain things that you see. And often the first reaction, though it might be a little fractured and possibly not as grammatically correct or even, you know, sort of metaphorically correct as it could be, it's more charming to have it that way. And a few of the songs on the album have lyrics that I wrote really, really quickly, and I look at them now and I think, I probably would have done it differently if I had sat at home for hours and looked at it and thought about how I could make it, really, really, really amazing. But I like it. It's charming, and I think it's the way that we view our music. It's got to have little personality flaws in it, because that's what we're like as people, and that's what everyone's like as a person. And I don't think people really want perfection. I think people want to see, I don't know, details that stick out and notice where, notice where they may have done something differently.
What kind of things did you wanted to write about when you started this record off? Or weren't there any certain things?
I don't really think about it as wanting to write about anything. I mean, I sort of just write what seems an important thing to write about at the time. But I mean, when I say at the time, it could be in a period of 5 minutes. But I definitely wanted to move into some more complicated emotions and, I suppose, like states of mind than on the first record, which was quite flat in a lot of it. There was a lot of doubt and a lot of fear on that one, and this one I think is much more confident. The lyrics are very confident about what they are about, but there's a lot of questions that I still ask myself every day, and I think I've put those into songs a little bit more with this record. Certainly about sort of relationships and the purpose of rituals that we go through in life, whether it's small things, religious things, or love, anything like that, I find interesting as to think about what the point of it is.
So this album is basically about what you're thinking about in daily life, or?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Well, some of the things.
Yeah.
Some of them are inappropriate.